Hello, welcome to my channel Make a Piece. On today I'm going to show you how to create the famous rubber band bracelet, but instead of using the two-finger method, I'm going to show you how to create it by using two pencils, an eraser in the middle that is held together with tape. So let's get started. I basically just took an eraser that was rectangle and I cut it in half, and just regular number 2 pencil, not sharpened, and this is some regular packing tape. So we're going to turn the tape over and just place the pencil on the tape with the eraser dividing both pencils. Try to make sure the pencils are evenly across as possible, and take the tape and wrap it, making it snug. And you're just going to continue to wrap the pencil and the eraser together. This is how you would create the bracelet, by using these two pencils instead of using your two fingers. All right, let's get started. I have some regular bracelet making rubber bands, black, and I have white, and I have some S clips. These clips are used at the end to create the closure for the bracelets. I'll show you on the bracelet. This is the S clip here, right here. Okay, let's get started. You can find these rubber bands at your local craft store, as well as the clips. So we're going to start off with the black rubber band, and we're going to make a figure 8. To create the figure 8, we're going to place the rubber band on one pencil and twist and let go. This is the figure 8. The next rubber band, which will be white because we're alternating the colors, will go just straight across. So figure 8, straight across, and then we have to use a black because we have to have 3 rubber bands on at all times. 1, 2, 3. So figure 8, straight across, straight across. Keep them separated as much as possible because you don't want them to cross over, because it'll make a difference in your design. So to create the bracelet, we start by taking the bottom rubber band and we just go across the rubber band next to it. We take the other side, which is part of that same rubber band, and we cross it in the middle. Now the rubber band that was here is now here, is in the middle. And all we did was take the bottom, cross over the same side of that same rubber band and cross it over. When I mentioned there's 3 rubber bands at all times, this is what I mean. Now we have 2 rubber bands because that third rubber band crossed in the middle and is no longer there. We have to add another rubber band that makes 3. So instead of the black being on the bottom, now the white is on the bottom, and we just cross over that rubber band, the pencil again. Now you have 2 rubber bands in the middle. Now all you're doing throughout the whole project is just alternating the colors, and you're crossing over, and you're keeping them separated as much as possible as far as the rubber bands going across. But at all times you only have 3 rubber bands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you're crossing over. Don't pay attention to how it looks right now in the middle. It's going to drop. As long as you keep them separated, you should be fine. So 1, 2, 3. Cross over, keep them separated, alternating the colors, black, white, cross over, separate, straight across. I start to hold this middle part. Some people don't, but I found it to be a little easier for me to keep it a little snug. Cross over, 1, 2, 3, cross over. Black, white, here's the black again, 1, 2, 3, cross over, cross over. There's the white. Cross over, cross over. As you can see, it's starting to form the bracelet. And all we did throughout the whole project so far is just make 1, 2, 3 and cross over. That is how simple this project is. One, two, three, bottom. And that's a perfect time to share. If they get crossed up by mistake, something like this, don't keep going. Make sure you kind of roll them and figure out where they belong. You kind of move them apart, and then you'll see that this is that row, that is that row. Because if you actually get it confused and you still try to keep going, it's gonna mess up your pattern in the end, and you will see it. So just take your time and try to roll and make sure you got them separated, and then begin to go again. So don't just assume that it'll work its way out. No, it won't. It will actually mess up the pattern. And so just take your time and make sure you keep them separated before you cross over. Straight across, bottom, cross over. Straight across. I've reused this pencil over and over again, so that's just the tape that's on here that I should have got off. Cross over, cross over. Now, my pencil is shifting a little bit. I probably didn't make it even and snug when I did it. If you run into this problem, just kind of take it and shift it back out, and you can take some more tape, because normally it's really snug and it doesn't move, but after you use it for a while, you just have to replace it and just put it back on on 2 more pencils and tape it up again. So that's simple, because it helps if they stay separated instead of running into each other, because you may end up making it run. You may make it get off a little bit, so just make sure they kind of stay separated. One, two, three, cross over, cross over. Again, that's all we've done this whole project is 1, 2, 3, cross over, cross over. It takes about 5 minutes. I'm just taking my time so you can see the process. And also, some people count out rubber bands and say, well, I need 20 of this color, 20 of this color. I don't. I just keep making the rubber bands until I check it against my wrist. Then after I see that it's reached the desired length, then I stop. So it's okay to do either one. If you know how to measure and count out, that's fine. To me, it's just simple just to grab some, put it in a pile, and just keep creating. And then once I see that it's getting long enough, I stop off and I just close it off with the S clip or a C clip. So again, 1, 2, 3, cross over, cross over. Making sure those are separated before I add the next one. Cross over, cross over. Very simple. Cross over. Cross over. Okay, we're gonna check it against my wrist to see. That's all I do. I just kind of do this and say, well, okay, there's a little gap, so I'm just gonna keep going for a few more times, and then that should be enough. So same process throughout the whole project. And don't worry about the middle. If it crosses over, sometimes it crosses over in the back, that doesn't matter. You just want it to drop. This is just there, but it has nothing to do with the project as far as making the bracelet a part of the bracelet making. It's just something we use to separate the pencils. So if it falls into it, just let it fall. It doesn't matter. Some people think when it gets to that part, it's going to mess it up. No, it's just there to separate the pencil. It's going to drop. It's going to drop. So I'm going to stop off now, and that's going to be fine. So I'm going to find the end of the bracelet, which should be black because that's what I started off with. And I'm going to take the S-clip, and I'm just going to clip it into the S. Then I'll go to the other side. I'm just holding this part in the middle. I'm just taking one of the rubber bands out, and I'm just connecting these two together, this one and this one, and I'm going to connect this to the other side. So just take the next one, which is white, which is the product color I should have had, and connect it to the other end of the S. And that's it. Now let's try it on. That is your rubber band bracelet using 2 pencils instead of the fingers. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment box. Thank you again for watching.